It is that time of year again. We are getting started. We are going. And by that I mean it is time for Camp NaNoWriMo. Hello, I am Sophie Von On. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a sort of yearly video that I tend to do, and that is my plans for Camp NaNoWriMo. If you do not know, Camp NaNoWriMo is sort of like a month-long writing challenge where you get to set your own goals, and the only thing is that you are trying to achieve those goals throughout the month. Typically this is in the form of a word count or a page count, like I want to write 80,000 words, or I want to revise 120 pages. Whatever you want, you can do. And it's just a thing where a bunch of writers in the writer community come together and write and write as a writer does, I would assume. And this video is hopefully going to be pretty short because I have two very simple goals that I want to achieve in Camp NaNoWriMo, which is actually in April. So you are seeing this at the beginning of the prep month where we need to prepare. We need to get ready for Camp Nano. But these are my two goals. These are my two goals. We will get deeper into them, but these are the two. First, I want to revise Project What to get it ready for beta readers, and two, I want to finish the first draft of Project Glass. Let me explain. First and foremost, Project What, that whole revision thing, I'm gonna try and get that story out to people, my beta readers, in May. I want them to be able to read it for the month of May, probably into June, however it goes, but I want to be able to send it out around that time, and that would mean making sure I have it the way I want it before May. And this revision, I'm not gonna do a ton of work to it, of course. This is like a final read-through to make sure that what I have is a cohesive story, and probably just like nitpicky things to make sure that it makes sense. During NaNoWriMo, I probably won't do super meticulous revising. As you already know, probably, I have done some meticulous replotting lately, so I'm gonna not do that in April. I am just going to give it a final read-through as if I was reading it like as a novel that I would have picked up on my own, and making sure it makes sense. That's all I want to do. And then for Project Glass, I want to finish the draft. It's a very short novel by its nature. Very simple concept, I would say. It is like an urban fantasy, but it's quite a simple urban fantasy, and it's more centered around these two sisters and the life they have, more than like the fantasy creature that exists in their world. So it's very simple, very sweet. I have like 2.5 chapters written out of 20, so you know, we have some progress, but I really want to have that draft completed, to have it written, have it done. And this draft is special because I am actually handwriting. I am handwriting it. Speaking of which, I have no idea where that is. Where is that in my room? Okay, I guess that's a step that I need to figure out. That's not good. Anyways, I have like a bag. I've shown it before on one of my vlogs. Can't remember which one. Sorry. I have a bag with Project Glass's plot, the project notebook, and the notebook that I am using to write the story. It's a little notebook. I'll probably need another one depending on how long the story ends up being, but I think this book was like meant to be handwritten because it is so good. It has such a specific style that I feel is perfect for Project Glass, and I know I wouldn't have been able to achieve that style if I had been writing on like a Google Doc. Like this story was meant to be handwritten at least once. Who knows if that'll happen again, but I will be continuing the handwriting thing, hopefully filling out that whole notebook. Probably not with the whole story, but with a good portion of it, and then keep it going, keep it going. And I'm hoping I'll be able to do both of them because they're both relatively simple. Project What is, I'm basically just doing a read through. Project Glass is a pretty simple, easygoing story to write. Crossing my fingers on the second one. But because NaNoWriMo is going to be so easy and simple in theory, March is not. March is going to be a little more difficult. First and foremost, I don't have to do much for Project Glass. I kind of just want to re-immerse myself in the story, get back into that headspace, which is not going to take much. I'm just going to look over the plot again, make sure I'm aware of everything, probably reread a little bit of what I've already written, but that's not going to be much. The problem is with Project What? She is not ready to be revised. She's not she is nowhere close to being complete. As I am filming this, I am so close to being done with Act 1. Act 2 and Act 3 are basically being drafted from scratch with heavy references from my previous drafts. That is going to have to happen in March if I want to read through the draft in April. So that is what's going to have to happen before we can get there. And that is that is what March is going to be full of. But that is basically my whole thing. Sorry if this video doesn't make much sense. I did not script this video or like outline it. I'm just going straight off of my brain. So I'm hoping it makes sense. Quick recap. My 2 goals. Reread Project What and get it ready for beta readers, which I should say includes getting like questionnaires and everything ready for beta readers as well. So that also has to happen in April. But get Project What ready for beta readers. That is the goal. We'll say that. And finish draft 1 of Project Glass, which is technically the second draft. But I'm not going to go over that. And March is going to be very busy with getting ready to read the story Project What. All is going good so far, kind of. I will have vlogs out for the Project What process, of course, and those will be scattered throughout March as I finish everything. But yeah, that is basically it. That is it. March is looking a little bit more heavy than April at the moment, though I do know I am going to literally be drafting like 80% of a story in a month. So, you know, that will hit me when we get there. But right now, March is looking a lot more daunting than April. But we will just see what happens. And yeah, that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. What are your plans for Camp NaNoWriMo if you are participating? Life is busy. I understand if you're not. But if you are participating, let me know your goals in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. Wow.